that I've always been a straight shooter and always will be. Well, I'm not going to tell you those things.
Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema sat down for a crap-filled interview with CNN. So I have a couple clips from this interview and a flashback clip from 2018, and you'll see why I'll be showing you that. But first, let's get to this clip where she's asked about criticisms from progressives.
You've been criticized from progressives who say you're standing in the way of what we've been campaigning on for years, whether that's repealing the 2017 tax cuts, whether that is changing voting rights laws. What do you say to progressives back home who are disappointed in the job that you're doing here?
Well, I'm serving in the exact way that I've campaigned on over the last near decade that I've served in Washington, D.C. And when I ran for the United States Senate in 2018, I told the folks of Arizona what I would do. That I would come to the Senate, try to find bipartisan solutions, be an independent voice for Arizona, and always put everyday people in Arizona first. I would say that's exactly what I'm doing. I would never promise something to the American people that I can't deliver. And I think it's not responsible for elected leaders to do that.
All right. So, quote, she's serving the exact way she campaigned. Quote, I would never promise something that I can't deliver. Now, before I get to tearing this apart, no, the reporter there did not come back with some information showing, hey, you said this back in 2017 and 2014 and 2018, as I'll show you. Nope, nothing, no follow-up. Just allowed her to spout this bullshit. You know, it's disappointing, but not surprising. It is incredible to me how horrible these reporters are at their job. But that's why I'm here, right? So let's get to it. Again, she said she would never promise something that she can't deliver, serving the exact way that she campaigned. All right, let's see. Here is Sinema back in 2014. A full-time minimum wage earner makes less than $16K a year. This one's a no-brainer. Tell Congress to raise the wage. Raise the wage, she says. Yet this year, Sinema gave a literal thumbs down to the $15 an hour minimum wage amendment. Let's go to another one. This one is from 2017. Sinema here, proud to be endorsed by Stop Big Money for our work to fix the broken political system and get the vast sums of special interest money out of politics. Sinema wants to get that money out of politics. Well, let's fast forward to this year. Kyrsten Sinema's corporate lobby's $1 million woman. She's raked in cash from the Chamber of Commerce, Business Roundtable, and others trying to gut the reconciliation bill. Connect the dots. How about another one? Sinema on wanting to lower prescription drug prices. So this one is an ad from 2018. Check this out.
Growing up, our family struggled to make ends meet, and we didn't have health insurance. No child should go without a doctor, and no family should be bankrupted by medical bills. We need to make healthcare more affordable, with access to the lowest cost prescriptions, and fix what's broken in the system, not go back to when Arizonans had no say about their health coverage. I'm Kyrsten Sinema. I sponsor this message because every American deserves quality, affordable healthcare.
Every American deserves quality, affordable healthcare. Sinema, the way she campaigned is exactly how she is working as a politician. That's what she said. She's very honest, except Big Pharma has a powerful new shill, Kyrsten Sinema, fighting drug price reform. In the 2020 election cycle, pharmaceutical political action committees suddenly funneled more money to her than they did the whole 6 years she served in the U.S. House. But didn't she say she's serving the exact way she campaigned? She would never promise something that she can't deliver on? The total disingenuousness, just the blatant lies here are incredible, are so glaring, are so obvious, are heavily reported on, that it is incredible to me that there wasn't a single follow-up to this. No mention about any of these things in that interview. They just let her speak. Let her spread her bullshit. Now, before I get to the last clip, if you want a deeper dive on Sinema's crap, Jacobin here has a good piece, how Kyrsten Sinema went from lefty activist to proud neoliberal Democrat. A reminder, Sinema used to be a member of the Green Party. Now she is one of the biggest corporate tools in Washington. But one more clip here. This one is it's just laugh out loud funny. So later on in this interview, she claims to be a straight shooter. Yet watch what happens right after she says that.
Some of your colleagues, some of them progressives, think that you're kind of an enigma, that they're not sure where you stand on any one issue while you're in the middle of a negotiation. Do you think that that's a fair criticism of you?
I think I'm very direct, and I am very upfront when I talk to folks about what I believe in, what I can support and what I can't support. So I think there are some people who just don't like what they're hearing, and maybe they use other terms to describe it. But folks in Arizona know that I've always been a straight shooter and always will be.
Would you be willing to vote with Democrats to hold up the president's mandates?
Well, I'm not going to tell you those things.
Always been a straight shooter. And then literally, I didn't edit that. That's how the interview went. Literally right after she's asked a question and won't give an answer. Oh my God. This is why she is so unpopular. I've done, I don't know, like 3 or 4 videos now on polling in Arizona showing just how popular or unpopular Sinema is, especially compared to Mark Kelly, the other Democratic senator, his numbers are fine. Her numbers are terrible. And put up against other primary matchups from the state, she is getting destroyed in those in polling. Now, unfortunately, she isn't up for re-election till 2024. So who knows what happens in that time? Who knows if she's still a Democratic senator by the time her re-election rolls around? So, it's impossible to know whether or not she'll actually be primaried in a few years. But man, it is so. Look, we know there are a lot of dishonest politicians in Washington. Of course, Republicans, it's a given that they're all full of shit. But seeing just how full of shit Sinema is when she's in a state where she could be a good Democrat, where she was in the past arguing for some of these progressive policies, where there is another senator, Democratic senator in the state that is popular who is more to the left than her. And by the way, that guy was a former Republican, and now he's more left than Sinema is. It is just amazing to see how incredibly dishonest she is, yet still the media has no idea how to call her out.